because he was actually like privy to some knowledge that a lot of people aren't, and that's that the LGBT movement is actually part of the Luciferian Illuminati agenda. That's what's happening with Caitlyn Jenner. Look, Tyga's now texting transsexuals. You heard about this?
No.
Yeah, it's out there, dude. And I'm saying, so like, homosexuality is trying to take over hip hop and ruin it, man.
I can learn from you. I can learn from that channel. I can learn from the mind of Adept HNIC.
Now, I swear to God, Miss Hustle told me you was out here fucking with a tranny she knew.
See his face when I talk about that tranny shit. And see if he ain't fucking with Fred. You can say I'm friends with Fred. Hold up, dog. It's a nigga that fucked you. How the fuck did the tranny know? You was about to let a white man see you naked for a couple of bands?
It's another ritual! It's another ritual!
We vaccinated.
And you got it next. Niggas have been dropped for less, but it get demonic when the goat on your head, like the Baphomet.
Frack, tell us about the fucking MTV thing.
Speaking of wilding out, I'm surprisingly high, so I don't know if I'll give the details in the best way.
Surprisingly.
All right.
But
Frank Noy the Jack Boy.
There are things most of this I can't tell you guys. Most of this I can't tell you guys. Most likely you won't. Actually, you definitely won't get to see it. But it's a pilot that they're pitching to MTV, and the dudes who run it like saw my like shit on the interweb, so they hit me up and they're like, "We need someone to consult for the culture."
Yeah, we here. You see him in front of the camera right now.
Know what I'm saying? It's Frack. Yeah, I kind of came in at a lucky time where I was escalated very quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, 8 battles in, I somehow battled Diz.
Every time I'm reminded of your masculinity, it makes my stomach turn.
So I was in a room with like, imagine like a writer's room with like a bunch of like, you know what you imagine a writer's room to look like, a bunch of like older Jewish dudes, bald dudes.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was. It was them, Nick Cannon, and me for like 2 days straight in a room.
I decided to just surprise him. And when I came into the house and I surprised him, I heard kind of like some talking, and like, but it could have been a television. So anyway, I opened up the guest bedroom, and when I opened up the guest bedroom door, Nick Cannon was standing on top of the bed in my cheerleading outfit.
Nick, you sucked my dick. But everybody knows you did it as a female. But Nick, you sucked my dick.
This ain't another one of these fucking sites you can conquer. You have a better chance outshining your scientist father than us seeing you survive in this fight any longer.
You said Jews ruin hip-hop. How could I have known? You're right. They set up this battle on the low.
My great-grandfather was a Spanish rabbi, and he was a Sephardic Jewish man.
Look like a bunch of like older Jewish dudes, bald dudes.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was. It was them, Nick Cannon, and me for like 2 days straight in a room.
Because I come from a black and Jewish family on my mother's side.
But tell Twitch I'm wilding out. I'm glad the fans are still at home because one cannon go off and the Jew is canceling the show.
The Illuminati people met us. I mean, how did you? Who was that they called you? Like,
This dude, yeah, I can't say his name.
All right.
But,
I mean, how did you? Who was that they called you? Like,
this dude, yeah, I can't say his name.
All right.
But,
You're a white comedic rapper, and your daddy's a scientist.
I'm good, man.
we out here at the Grand Prix right now. We just
Dr. Fauci sent me to haunt Diz, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The COVID precautions. Dr. Fauci sent me.
And your daddy's a scientist.
And then I hopped on because I had a connect who was basically putting a bunch of money to get Trump out of office. So I brought him into the table being like, okay, cool, can we do some cartoons? Because this guy was like super into hip hop. So we did battle rap cartoons that were political during the election.
We always telling each other to stay woke. That's why this time we gotta use our voice and you have to vote. The facts should show. Biden has a plan for African Americans. We're not dealing with your average Joe.
And then I hopped on because I had a connect who was basically putting a bunch of money to get Trump out of office.
In a position to talk to kids and they listen. Now you a politician, you voted for Trump, bitch, admit it.
So I decided to just surprise him. And when I came into the house and I surprised him, I heard kind of like some talking and like, but it could have been a television. So anyway, I opened up the guest bedroom, and when I opened up the guest bedroom door, Nick Cannon was standing on top of the bed in my cheerleading outfit, the entire cheerleading outfit except for the socks and the shoes. And Kel was like laying down in the covers. Thank you, laying down in the covers. Like kind of like halfway in the covers. And Nick was on top of the bed, kind of at the foot of the bed. And so extremely awkward. And I was like, I think we all just kind of looked at each other for a second. And the next thing I know, Nick starts doing a cheer. And then we started to like her because she showed us all these neat cheers, and they're actually really awesome. They're all brand new. We've never heard of them before.
You, G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi. You ugly. You ugly.
Nick, you sucked my dick. But everybody knows you did it as a female. But Nick, you sucked my dick.
In a position to talk to kids and they listen. Now you a politician. You voted for Trump, bitch, admit it.
Spoken like a true satanic, Biden-supporting gender theorist who is not suffering from inflation right now because this dude's a millionaire because he's a descendant of a Sephardic rabbi, a Sephardic J, who was part of the Donma that escaped to Spain after the ban on secret societies. They actually came from the Order of the Illuminati, but I might be getting ahead of myself. Salute, people. It is Adept, HNIC, Battle Rap, and Investing, fam. There's so many topics to cover today. I was debating whether or not I should do multiple videos or if I should wrap it all up in one big video and connect all of these stories and show you how, all of these things are connected. Okay, they use social engineering through the media, and it's insane that I still get pushback when I say that battle rap is a part of this as well. It's all right. Don't worry. My job is to provide you with the evidence. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Now, it's come out recently that Nick Cannon, who is very much connected in battle rap, we know a lot of different battle rappers are actually on his show, Wildin' Out, Charlie Clips, Hitman Holla, Sharon, etc., etc., etc. Notice, you have URL, RBE, and KOTD over there at Wildin' Out. It seems like it's a hub that connects all of these leagues. Not a surprise at all, but that's a topic for a little later in this video. What happened with Nick Cannon recently is Kel Mitchell from Kenan and Kel, that used to be on Nickelodeon back in the day. I used to watch that shit as a kid. Kel's ex-wife has come out recently and said that she came home, went into her bedroom, and caught Kel with Nick Cannon, where Nick Cannon was cross-dressing in her cheerleader outfit on the bed with Kel. And that after like a moment of awkward silence, this nigga Nick Cannon tried to break the awkwardness by doing a cheer. Fam.
Is it true? Is it true? Oh yes, it's true. Ooh. Is this the magazine you talking about?
No, see, this magazine just have a lot of women wearing wedding dresses.
Well, how about that? Let's look at it together. Oh, and I look cute in that wedding dress right there.
No, I don't think so.
On Nickelodeon, Nick Cannon was routinely cross-dressing for like all of these skits that they needed him for shows like The Nick Cannon Show, all of that shit. It's like a routine thing. Obviously, historically, they love putting black men in dresses in Hollywood. That's one of their favorite things to do. That's one of the most important rituals a lot of these brothers got to go through in order to actually get through those doors. You have to put on the dress. You have to put on the wig. You have to sit on the white man's lap. Okay? They did that a lot in these skits as well. And of course, you have to wear something like a purse. Okay? Just feminizing black men through the media in order to combine the plight of the black man with the homosexual agenda. Something we're routinely seeing in even things such as battle rap, which is what my channel is about, right? just in the most recent URL event at Gnome 12, they had this whole part of the event where a homosexual man came on stage and gave Smack a purse. Like, he gave him a purse, fam.
Oh, this your shit, gotta go open it up, man.
Yo, y'all want to see his work? All right, let's see his work. Let's do it. It's official. I've been wanting one of these. I ain't even gonna hold you.
It's my thing.
Oh, that's fine. Fine. Yo, look at it, y'all. Yo, give it up for my man one time, y'all. You heard? Yo, that shit is fine. Yo, give that to Nunu.
Nigga said, give that to Nunu, nigga. Nigga, that's a purse, nigga. It's a purse. But of course, they always do rituals at the URL, fam. They had the gay man come on stage and give Smack the purse, of course, to promote more feminization of the black man. This shit is sick, then, man. But Nick Cannon is very much connected to all of this fuckery, fam. The reason why we're seeing battle rap get to the point it is now. All right, Nick Cannon has been involved for a while. We know a lot of the battle rappers have transitioned to be on MTV, aka Viacom. All right, on Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon. All right, and they're also part of his label. They do all of this other backdoor shit with Nick Cannon that most of us in the battle rap community are not even privy to. You know what I'm saying? And Nick Cannon, again, he's always been cross-dressing since he was a kid on Nickelodeon. And Orlando Brown, who was another child star on Disney Channel, he was on the show That's So Raven.
Look, my shit right over there. I called the
Look at this circus clown.
Cold blood.
Go ahead. One for them on the corner.
Sock me out.
Look at this nigga dirty ass feet.
Yep.
This bum ass nigga. Try to get this nigga some love. He wants shit on you. Yep. Now I know why he ain't got no family.
What?
Get the fuck away from here, nigga.
I got gun.
You better get away from my house or you get knocked the fuck out.
Knocked out for calling God. Bro, I'm chilling, bro.
Get away from my house, yo.
I'm away from your house. Hit me. I'm away. I'm off your property.
Come back over there, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out.
I'm off your property.
You wait over here for the police.
I'm off your property.
No, come back to my house.
But Orlando Brown said Nick Cannon was sucking his dick as well. And he says specifically that he, quote unquote, did it as a woman.
Oh, don't worry about Nick. Nick, okay, look, fine. Fine, okay? You want me to tell everybody? You want me to let everybody know what that? Okay, fine. Nick, I let you suck my dick. Okay? Fine, I said. I let Nick suck my dick. And and I liked it. It was okay. Fine. Nick, you sucked my dick. But everybody knows you did it as a female. But Nick, you sucked my dick. I don't want to say that. You know?
Look how dude is literally about to cry as he's reflecting back on it. Just reflecting on how Nick Cannon was dressed up as a woman by these Nickelodeon producers and had him suck his dick. And apparently everyone knows about it because it was most likely a public event.
Nick been sucking dick. Nick, you know you've been sucking dick.
Now, out of nervousness and trauma, he's trying to laugh it off as he's saying it, trying to disassociate himself from the actual situation, from the real memory of the event. So he wants to laugh at it to make it seem as though he was just an outsider looking in, but he was actually the participant. But this goes down in every sector of the entertainment industry, bro. These occultic type rituals that involve the pansex magic. These people, they follow the teachings of people like Aleister Crowley, who taught sex magic, which had to involve children. All right. Now, Nick Cannon was aired out by Kel's ex-wife, saying that he was dressed up as a cheerleader in the bedroom on her bed type shit. Like she just walked in on this shit. She also had other interviews in the past talking about what she saw while she was actually dating Kel and was going to these Nickelodeon events with him. And mind you, they were both underage at the time.
But Kel told me that, like, because we would get into clubs and we were young, like 16, 17 years old, and we'd be in clubs. And the people on the set in Florida made us fake IDs. And so then I started thinking, I was like, wait, what? And then they were talking about orgies, and they were talking about, like, people on the set would show, like, pornos, and they'd give us alcohol.
Those were like young kids on that set.
Yeah, these are grown-ass 30-year-old men and women.
Showing this to the kids.
16, 17, 15, 14-year-old kids.
Yeah, because, I mean, to show all that, they were all kids at that time. Like, young kids.
Yeah. Oh, man, the girls on all that, I've seen them. One girl in particular, and I'm not going to name who she is. But anyway, she was on the cast of all that.
Amanda Bynes?
Nope. Not Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes was really young. She was like 9 years old, but her dad was present, and her mom was pretty present. No, but another one of the cast members was like cleaning Dan Schneider's car with a bikini on. And now this time she had been 15, 16 years old. There were other times they would have like parties where the parents wouldn't be there, and they'd give us alcohol. And another one of the people on the cast was giving blowjobs to the producers.
Wow, one of the kids.
And they were kids. These
wow,
were
they were
kids.
Hell yeah. Wow.
These were all kids, okay? And so not only that, but like a couple of the producers, they I don't know if you guys have heard about with the Pizzagate, where they always talk about like cheese.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys remember on those shows, like they'd always talk about cheese and feet.
Yeah, you're right.
Cheese
they had a lot of that on there. Yeah.
Cheese is little girls, and they'd be doing so much with cheese, and I'd be like, what the hell is this cheese about? I couldn't even understand it. Cheese and feet. Like he had a foot fetish and a little girl fetish. So even when I was pregnant, they would say stuff like, can I just put your tits in my mouth? Can I just hold them there? I mean, it was just, I had to stay inside of Kel's dressing room for most of the time because I was being sexually harassed.
So they were turning them kids out.
Definitely. Yeah. And other people too, other celebrities.
Wow. Yeah, because you be hearing about them passing.
It's true.
Passing them around.
True. It's true. Once, like, you know, I don't know what Kel had to do in order to, you know, be on Nickelodeon. I don't know what he had to do. I can only assume it was the absolute terrible things that he had to do, because who in the hell else would be giving you IDs and playing pornos and getting you drunk? Like, why would adults do that? What would be the purpose in that?
It's disgusting what these child stars have to go through in the entertainment industry, but this is the same thing that the adults got to go through, the women got to go through, everybody, because it is a rite of passage, okay? In the hermeticism that they practice. These people are disgusting, fam. If we want to keep it 1,000, these niggas worship Hermes. You have to remember that. These niggas worship multiple false deities. One of them is Hermes, which is where the word hermetic comes from. Now, Hermes is regarded as the keeper of the mysteries. All right? So, what goes in cannot come out in their temple of hermeticism. All right? These people are to practice these rituals and do these acts, such as drinking blood, murder, having sex with children, having sex with men, having sex with animals, all right? And tell all of their deepest and darkest secrets within the temple. But these mysteries are not supposed to come out of the temple. That's why these people are sworn to silence. Hermes is also known as a trickster and a liar, which is why these people who follow this hermeticism, they believe that they're gaining this type of eternal power over time, spiritually. But at the end of the day, that road leads to hell. Period. That road leads to hellfire. It's over for them. These people will not survive the second coming. Let's also remember Hermes, he carries the staff. I think it's called the Seducious. All right, it's a symbol often used in medicine. All right, I'm sure you've seen this sign multiple times in hospitals or any time of or in many different organizations that have some type of administration over medicine and how medical practices need to be done in the United States. And it's funny that they use that staff as that symbol because the symbol represents the seat in general, because Hermes is a trickster and keeper of the mysteries. It's disgusting what they do in these temples, and the abuse of children is mandatory, all right? Within their belief system, within their traditions. They need to abuse their children, other people's children, and pretty much satanically program them through this abuse, through this trauma, to be soldiers for them and grow up to be put in a position to continue to spread the propaganda and push the agenda. It's an entire ranking system within the order. These dudes even get little badges for how far they can go.
To the Freemasons of the higher degrees, the whole universe is in fact one giant and continuous sex act. This is the structure of Freemasonry. You can take this path to the top or this path. And way up here, you have the Order of the Mystic Shrine. The Mystic Shrine is what's found behind the Masonic apron, because that's where life comes from. That's the Mystic Shrine. You have to be a 32nd degree Freemason to be asked to join the Order of the Mystic Shrine. And then, once you're inside, you can be invited to join this order, the Royal Order of Jesters. See, Freemasonry is like Russian dolls, and Satanism is at its center. Look at some of the pins and lapel designs for the Order of the Jesters. You can only join them unless you're at least a 32nd degree Freemason. Sex and debauchery. Erections. The adoration of the phallus. Masturbation. Devils. Demons. Fallen angels. This one here, mocking holiness, reference to the anus, and sodomy, anything to mock the Bible. This disgusting one has King Momus sitting on a female's face, and hidden in plain sight is the square and the compass, for those who have eyes to see. Bestiality, yes indeed. This bagpipe player has an erection, and the sheep is running away scared. Self-explanatory. This character has an emphasized eye, if you can see that, and the skull has an emphasized eye also. The wink and the one eye of the Indian. And the secrecy, the symbols of secrecy. On the far right here, the monkey covers his groin area, symbolizing the Masonic apron, and the black and white dogs, well, they symbolize the checkered floorboard of the Masonic Lodge, which is sexualized male and female principles. The horned god, where evil and good don't exist. And in the first degree, Masons are given a Bible stamped with a square and compass, oblivious to the inherent mockery and the foundation of the whole fraternity, as alluded to here with a genuine Royal Order of Jesters private lapel. This is a certificate that a jester receives after his initiation, and you see here their patron is named King Momus, and he was a god, or a daemon, which is a variant of the word demon, who was expelled from heaven, as the legend goes. Sounds just like Lucifer, because it is. Did Freemasonry disassociate themselves from the tax-exempt branch of Freemasonry known as the Jesters? Well, no, they didn't. Because, this is rare footage of an event within the lodge. Now, I'm sorry about the quality of this, but this is a Masonic lodge. So for Masons that want to say that the Jesters are contrary to Masonry, well, look at these dirty old men.
It shouldn't be a surprise when you see Orlando Brown out here looking like a fucking crackhead, because he was given drugs his entire life, and he was being put in positions where he was forced to get fellatio from Nick Cannon. And fam, like, all of these kids have to go through this at a very young age. Kel was with the shits too, and his ex-wife really put it out there, fam. Like, I mean, and again, this is all happening in battle rap as well, because Nick Cannon has consistently been some type of shadow figure pulling the strings in battle rap for a long time. We talked about how on Wildin' Out we have Charlie Clips, Hitman Holla, Sharon. We got all of these rappers from different battle rap leagues all together at Viacom, because that's all that really matters. They need a select few people to infiltrate these leagues and to spread their agenda behind the scenes, all right, and to obviously continue to relay information, okay, to their superiors. These niggas is disgusting. They're sellouts. That's why I can't have any respect for these dudes. Let's remember, Charlie Clips was also in the Joe Biden ad that URL got paid for by the Joe Biden administration. These people will do anything for money, bro. Like, that's crazy to me, because I guess I was raised with more principles than that.
Right? The Joe Biden campaign, that was a mistake on my end. I got paid a nice amount of money to sell out. That was some sellout shit.
When you're in bed with goblins, I can only assume that you're sleeping with goblins. This is why there's so much blood on the URL's hands too. Again, we've gone through all of the suspected blood sacrifices that the URL had to take part in. The Winter Renees, the Tech Nines.
It's another ritual! It's another ritual! Smack out here making human sacrifices.
Remember, Smack was chilling with the nigga that murdered Jam Master Jay, but wasn't really arrested for it for like 20 years because he was protected by the industry. He was a son of another person that was in the industry, all right? Big D and Lil D. Pause. But his name was Carl Jordan Jr., and there's a video of Smack on IG chilling with him outside of a restaurant where they were having some type of meeting. But again, when you're in bed with goblins, I'm gonna assume that you're sleeping with goblins, you nasty motherfuckers. And it's so obvious with everything that they do, all of the debauchery. They're trying to get their little badges from the Order of Jesters. These niggas are disgusting because they've climbed these ranks over the past like 13 years since the beginning of URL, and it started at Atlantic Records, and their first event was on Halloween, bro. They've been doing this shit for 12 to 13 years. These niggas are disgusting, and they're high order, all right? They are high-ranking members of these fertility cults, which is why they have business with hitmen and fucking Joe Biden in the same week. These niggas are nasty, fam, and dealing with homosexual technocrats over there at Silicon Valley who run Caffeine but are really just controlled by 21st Century Fox and Disney. All right? And Disney loves their child stars, which is why we're gonna start seeing more child battle rappers like Lil Slap. And Lil Slap knows what he's gonna have to go through eventually. We've already seen videos that they have him standing in a circle watching Sue Surf and Geechee Gotti strip and show off all the sixes tatted on their body, like on some, with no women around. I ain't seen no females. It was a bunch of niggas just hyping them up, getting lit. They would watching these niggas strip was one of the greatest experiences of the night. It was better than the battles for them. Like, they were more lit for that than they were for the battles, bro. And Lil Slap is right there. He's forced to watch this shit, all right, because he knows he's gonna be in that circle eventually. It's a cycle. They bring kids in, they get raised in the garbage, they get sent out to bring more children into it, they then go get raised into it, they get put into position, they, again, cycle continues and it continues. Which is why one of the symbols of Hermeticism is the Ouroboros, which URL actually promoted this weekend.
With that being said, let's take a look at a special announcement. Let's get to it, man.
presents Ouroboros. What is Ouroboros? It's a symbol that originated in 14th century BC Egypt, which was found in religious texts, and it signifies the creation from destruction. It also symbolizes the return to life, eternal life, the cycle of life, immortality, and the beginning and the end coming together. August 5. That's exactly what's going to happen.
The Ouroboros, or Ouroboros, is an ancient symbol. It is typically shown as a snake or dragon eating its own tail. It comes from the Greek word aura, which means tail, and boros, which means eating. It is said to represent the cyclic renewal of life, infinity, rebirth, and continuous cycles. The Ouroboros eats its own tail to sustain its life, in an eternal cycle of renewal. Life feeds on itself. It shows the cyclical nature of the universe and samsara. Apart from the religious symbolism across cultures, it is often associated with alchemy, Gnosticism, and Hermeticism. The Ouroboros, or similar symbology, is found in almost all ancient civilizations, as most of them recognize the cyclic nature of the universe. It was found in ancient Egypt as well as in Greek symbology. This particular Ouroboros from ancient Egypt, with the Greek letters saying all is one, sounds familiar? The same message of Vedanta in Hinduism and Ensho of Zen Buddhism. In Norse mythology, the serpent Jormungand, one of the three children of Loki.
Stick in the hammer, Loki and Thor. I'm the only one with this hammer. Loki, I'm Thor.
One of the three children of Loki, who could encircle the world and grasp its tail in its teeth. In Hindu mythology, the dragon circling the tortoise that carried the world is shown as Ouroboros, suggesting that the world itself formed and died in cycles. Kundalini, or the dominant energy asleep in the base chakra, is said to be a coiled snake. Following are a few representations of the Ouroboros across different cultures.
The Ouroboros. Didn't I tell you motherfuckers in the last pre-recorded video that URL and GTX are one and the same, which is why the numerology for URL and GTX align so perfectly in gematria? Because they planned this out with the numerology. Lush One told you himself.
The attention to detail from every aspect of our branding, the mindfulness of the numerology and godly elements of everything we do. Everything about what we do is deliberate, down to the lunar eclipse tonight. Thank you.
So I asked this earlier on the website by the way. There's some cryptic numbers and it says 222. Is there anything behind that?
Absolutely, that's a power. That's literally there's. The next time you're going to have a sequence of numbers like this is going to be in the year 3033. It's not going to be in any of our lifetimes. You know what I mean? Like, this is literally something like it's prime for manifesting and energy. And like my fiance, she's really big on that. Diz is really big on that. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's all about, it's literally, we had an opportunity. We could have dropped the announcement sooner, but when we saw that sequence of numbers, they told us we had to put it out there.
Yo, so yeah, man. Hey, I don't mean to, stop this deal, man. We got a meeting right now, and we got to go to some fucking shit. Like, we got to take care of some business. But yeah, man.
Everything that they did with the rollout was deliberate. Just like URL's first event was done on Halloween, aka Samhain, as recognized on the satanic calendar, aka the Wheel of the Year. All right, that's crazy, but it's even crazier that they could just blatantly show you that they're the same thing, fam. URL is on caffeine promoting the GTX event and their satanic promo video for it.
Let's take a look at a special announcement. Let's get to it, man.
GTX presents Ouroboros. What is Ouroboros? It's a symbol that originated in 14th century BC Egypt, which was found in religious texts, and it signifies the creation from destruction.
The Ouroboros, an ancient symbol depicting a reptile eating its own tail. It symbolizes fertility in some religions. The tail is a phallic symbol, aka an erect penis. The mouth is a yonic, or a vagina, or womb-like symbol. Alright? So this is the symbol that represents the next GTX event. Alright? Something sucking its own dick. Because the tail represents the phallus. Again, this is also a symbol in Hermeticism, much like the Sarduchus. Alright? The staff of Hermes. Alright? You see the two snakes trailing up the rod. Alright? And they're both reaching for the rod, much like the Ouroboros, where the snake again is trying to suck on that phallus. The rod itself represents the shaft of Osiris. If you look into the ancient Egyptian mythology of Osiris, he was cut up into 13 pieces by Set. All right. And of those 13 pieces, one of them was his penis. So when his sister wife Isis was putting him back together and she did not have the penis part, he was with no power, because all of his power comes from the shaft, which is why these people worship the shaft. They worship the penis. B. Dot worships the penis. It's all sex magic. Everything that they do has to do with sex magic. The Ouroboros is also a symbol for the Theosophical Society, all right, with one of its prominent members being Helena Blavatsky. All right. Now, Helena Blavatsky, as being one of the high-ranking members of the Theosophical Society, which is just another group of Luciferians that exist out there, she was also a hermaphrodite. She would dress up as a man because they, again, worship the combination of masculine and feminine. They worship the hermaphrodite. Now, the work of Helena Blavatsky, a lot of her writings had to do with quote-unquote gender theory, the same stuff that they're trying to promote to these children nowadays in 2022. And we actually have black politicians being used as mouths to spread this agenda, because again, I've been speaking on my channel for a minute about how they love to use black voices and black faces to promote this garbage, to combine the plight of the black man or the prosperity of black people, keeping all of that packaged with the homosexual agenda. All right, that's how they trying to spearhead it in. Well, Helena Blavatsky, she was one of the first gender theorists writing at the time, and her work was very influential, obviously, to not only Aleister Crowley, but also the people that followed Aleister Crowley. Alfred Kinsey, another gender theorist in history, who actually abetted pedophiles in raping children. He would have them take notes on the rapes of the children, and he would study it and read it. He would even abuse kids himself, and he would count how many times he could make these children orgasm, even as young as 11 months old. He was doing this to babies, bro. But this is the LGBTQ hero that is being promoted all the time and sourced as a reason to promote gender theory and transgenderism to young children. All right, they source his work when they promote this idea that children are inherently sexualized. And again, all of these people, they study the work of Helena Blavatsky. Okay, Ouroboros, a reptile sucking its own dick. That's what we doing in battle rap nowadays, man. That's the cards nowadays. That's the name of the cards. I mean, it's not that much of a surprise, man. All of these battle rappers have to get down with the pansex activities in order to actually be popular at these industry events, so they could actually get themselves booked, so they could be friendly with all of these people that are making the moves behind the scenes.
You said Jews ruin hip-hop. How could I have known? You're right. They set up this battle on the low.
All right. So these niggas, when they go to these industry events, yeah, they are treating their mouth like it's a vagina. All right. They are like telling you right here, the symbol is a reptile sucking on its own tail, and they're telling you if you look into the history and the origins of the symbol itself, the tail just represents a penis and the mouth is a vagina. Okay, they don't need women at these events. They say all these niggas got a vagina right there on their face, and that's how they get down. That's how they make them submit. It's wild that a symbol that represents the combination of man and woman, so it symbolizes the divine hermaphrodite, much like the Baphomet. So again, this symbol even represents the Baphomet because the Baphomet itself represents the combination of man and woman. It itself represents the divine hermaphrodite, and it's just being plastered all over Caffeine URL. And y'all niggas want me to believe that URL and GTX are not the same thing. Then why the hell was URL promoting it? Okay, these people are nasty and they're all connected, which is why Frack was asked to be the battle rap consultant for Nick Cannon and that room of Caucasian crypto J's.
There's a pilot that they're pitching to MTV, and the dudes who run it like saw my like shit on the interweb, so they hit me up and they're like, "We need someone to consult for the culture." So I was like, "The culture."
Tits. Oh man, that's sick.
So I was in a room with like, imagine like a writer's room with like a bunch of like, you know what you imagine a writer's room to look like, a bunch of like older Jewish dudes, bald dudes.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was. It was them, Nick Cannon, and me for like 2 days straight in a room.
So Frack is the consultant of the battle rap culture when Viacom or the Democratic Party or any of these Hollywood or outside entities come in to try to do some type of business in order to use battle rap, infiltrate it. Okay, now Frack again is also connected to the Democratic Party. He said he was working with this guy, quote unquote, that wanted to spend all of this money to create media to get Trump out of office. Now you think this is just some random guy that just thinks Orange Man bad and he just wants to spend all of his money to get Trump out of office? No, this nigga Frack is simplifying the story. Who was that person? Who was he lobbying for? All right, what was he a part of? Because I'm beginning to believe he was just actually a part of the DNC.
And then I hopped on because I had a connect who was basically putting a bunch of money to get Trump out of office.
Frack is the one that plays the middleman to these outside entities coming in to infiltrate a certain sector of the media. All right, this time being battle rap. Frack was actually working with Caffeine and Greylock Partners well before Smack and URL announced their partnership with them. Frack was helping them create battle rap media about digital currency because Caffeine wanted to create some type of battle rap simulation. They wanted to test how well battle rap can be used for social engineering. They stated that when people are watching a battle, they're listening to the lyrics more so than they would listen to lyrics in a song because they're trying to judge who's actually winning the battle. So in their minds, they can put subliminal messages in these rounds that people are paying more attention to, and in theory that should change the way the person watching is thinking about whatever subject they want them to start thinking differently about.
One battle in particular that is just dropped today, and it's a concept battle, and basically this company Rhyme Combinator did this battle between the guy that does Epic Mealtime or Epic Rap Battles of History, Epic Lloyd, and Tim DeLaGhetto, and they battled as Alexander Hamilton, who is basically the guy that invented cash currency and like the banking system here, against Satoshi, I forget his last name, but he's the inventor of this.
Hamilton is the inventor of what?
Cash currency in America. like the bank, yeah, the banking system here. So it's basically like Bitcoin versus centralized banking. That's like what the battle is all about. So Satoshi invented Bitcoin. So we're gonna watch that. It's a quick little 6-minute battle. It's over a beat. Frack actually wrote this battle.
So there you go. Frack actually wrote the battle. Again, this is under Greylock Partners, which is one of the owners of Caffeine, and this took place 6 months prior to URL announcing the partnership with them. And of course, Anil Kato got some type of check to promote this on his channel. And again, this is all a project funded by somebody named Reid Hoffman, who's connected to Greylock Partners, aka Caffeine. And as quoted from his LinkedIn post actually promoting this Bitcoin battle rap, he says he's been intrigued by the idea of using battle rap to explore some of the most polarizing issues that characterize our era. In the same interview where he was talking about using battle rap in order to intercept people's thinking with different talking points, different subliminal messages that would be hidden within the rounds of the battle. Okay, this is sick behavior. So of course Frack wrote it, but who was actually starring in it? Well, Timothy Della Ghetto, another cast member of Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out, man. I don't think y'all understand that Nick Cannon is a figure that consistently pops up throughout all of these big venture deals in battle rap. All right, he's always somehow connected in some type of way. Okay, again, Nick Cannon has been bred to be in this position. He was a huge Nickelodeon star through his childhood. All right, he was involved in all of these different rituals that they had him do with other cast members and other child stars, even on different networks. Okay, Nick Cannon, he is clearly somebody who is a master of the occult as well, because you see him, he wears the turban, signifying that he is a wizard. He is a priest in the occult. Okay, again, he wears the turban with the diamond to represent his third eye opening, and he states that he doesn't do this for any particular religious reason. Okay, not in any type of religion that we are aware of, the public, but he does this for other types of reasons.
Like my turban?
I do. I've noticed. I've seen you wear a lot of turbans. This is your new look.
It is, you know what it is? This is my crown. I feel like a king. I feel royal out here. Okay? It's like I feel royal mixed with mommy dearest. It's working.
Has a lot of turbans.
Nah, you know what it is? It is. I mean, because there's different types. I mean, and it comes from whatever culture or understanding. Sometimes I'll do the Sikh thing. Sometimes I'll do the Moorish thing. But sometimes I'll, do the Compton thing.
So you see, he's naming off all of these different groups because he's wearing it like them, but he doesn't necessarily partake in their specific belief system or their specific set of traditions, because again, he's part of that secret religion that has permeated all throughout the industry, which is just Satanism. All right, it's all the belief system of Babylon. All right, all of these people, after they were scattered across the earth after the fall of Babylon, they took with them the same belief system that they had with them in Babylon, and then they started creating their own religions and deities that were just amalgamations of the same people they worshipped in Babylon. Also, the people of ancient Egypt, who were also practicing the same traditions of Babylon, which is why Aleister Crowley is directly inspired by the work of the ancient Egyptians who were cursed by God.
It all works out to where I do. Some of them take a lot longer, like the ones that kind of come from the Hindu background.
That you have to make yourself.
Yeah, so I have a lot of those, but then I had the kind that, when I'm with the kids, I could just throw it on. That one from America's Got Talent, that was custom made right there.
Well, that looks custom made too.
Yeah, you throw a diamond on there every once in a while, fill your royalty out. You know how I do.
Of course, the diamond is a reference to the opening of the third eye, the opening of the pineal gland, the awakening to quote-unquote enlightenment. the light of Lucifer, the awakening of the serpent eye. This headpiece is also showing respect to the headpiece worn by Osiris, where you see the serpent resting over the third eye, because the serpent also represents that same type of enlightenment, that same type of illumination. Because remember, if you look into the Old Testament and the story of Adam and Eve, and you go by the actual Hebrew translation of the story, the serpent is actually called the Nahash, the shining one, okay, the light.
Is it?
Getting claps from my turban. I love it.
Now, is it really just because it's bad hair day, or is it really a
Sometimes it's that, I mean, like, it's always a lot going on up under my turban, but ultimately it is, to me, it's like a cultural thing. I mean, it's been something I've been studying for quite some time.
He's been studying it since he was doing his little Hebrew school with Dan Schneider on the set of Nickelodeon, all right? Doing God knows what.
Nick, you sucked my dick. But everybody knows you did it as a female. But Nick, you sucked my dick.
I remember this one time when this fine boy had walked into the inconvenience store, right? But here come LaTanya, all up in his grill talking about, hey, ain't you cute? And don't you want to be with the tall, skinny girl?
Ooh, and I look cute in that wedding dress right there.
No, I don't think so.
You're funny, you should be a comedian.
What's wild about Nick Cannon is that his father is actually the founder of the Lincoln Park Bloods over there in San Diego, California. All right, the Lincoln Park Bloods. Yo, fam, these gangs, y'all niggas just don't want to accept the fact that all of these gangs are rooted in masonry, and all of these symbols that you niggas throw up to represent your sets, they can all be found in the book of demonology. Okay, all of that shit is straight up Satanism, and all of these gangs have always been connected to the CIA, Hollyweird, all of that shit. Okay, your hero Stanley Tookie Williams, who one of the founders of the Crips, not even the real founder if you want to keep it a buck, the real founder of the Crips actually got killed very early in its founding. The other members were Raymond Washington, who was locked up by federal agents very early in the Crips founding, and someone named Buddha, who was killed randomly, and he was the one who was first wearing the blue flag. All right, so that's where that symbol comes from that death possibly could have even been a sacrifice. But the face that they put on it was Tookie Williams, who was on TV and shit. All right, stripping naked for white producers over there at Columbia Pictures.
For bodybuilding competition relatively early in his gang career, but when they found out he was actually the leader of a gang, he was denied the opportunity to compete in that bodybuilding contest. So he was never a competitive bodybuilder, but his physique was very impressive, and it was so impressive, in fact, that he was actually offered the opportunity to do a posing routine on a television show in the 1970s called The Gong Show. So he was actually just on that show doing a pose down, despite the fact he had never competed in bodybuilding. So that's just how, impressive people found his physique at the time. He was a gang leader. He wasn't an actual bodybuilder in terms of competing, but he was still invited to do a posing routine on TV because he was so impressive.
And there was an artist named Mitchie Slick.
Yeah, that's my big home.
From your neighborhood. He actually said that your dad was one of the original Lincoln Park Bloods, the founding members of the gang that Mitchie's actually affiliated with.
Yeah.
So the founder of the quote-unquote Lincoln Park Bloods got his son, again, dressing up in women's clothing for Dan Schneider, all right, doing a strange caricature of a black woman for all of these Caucasian Jays over at Nickelodeon Studios. That's what the founder of the Lincoln Park Bloods was out here doing.
Say, tell me what to do. LaToya, take on. Ooh, girlfriend, I'ma call you back. However may I help you?
I don't think you understand. All of these gangs have always been connected to Hollyweird. all right, and the entertainment industry, all right, from the Crips, the Bloods, BMF, etc., etc., etc. All right, that's why so many of these rappers, they go into the music industry and then become Crips and Bloods through the industry. Like that shit don't make any fucking sense unless you know that it's just a cover for them to make their Masonic gestures out in the open and just claim it to be gangbanging, when in reality they're casting spells. All right, and all of their videos, all of their pictures, they're doing it all of the time. They're throwing up the 666 over their eyes, all of that shit, man. And it's the Crips and the Bloods, they both have the same symbolism. They both do the same gestures. In battle rap, we got Sue Surf, who's a Crip, who throws up the 666 over his left eye, and then we got New Jersey Twerk, who's a Blood, who does the same shit. And it's supposed to represent their sets, but it's the same symbol. You're just throwing up the 666. But again, all gangbanging is just Luciferianism, straight up.
Then I found out Smack Illuminati down with Skull and Bones, because I came home, Summer Madness 2, y'all had made my clone.
So Nick Cannon's father was one of the founders of the Linkin Park Bloods, and his mother was a descendant of a Sephardic rabbi, as Nick Cannon admits himself.
My great-grandfather was a Spanish rabbi, and he's a Sephardic Jewish man who, so as much heat as I've been catching from the public and the outside, this hit home for my family in a real way, because I come from a Black and Jewish family on my mother's side.
So in Judaism, they actually believe that you are more your mother versus the Abrahamic belief that you are of your father type of shit. So Nick Cannon's mother being the descendant of the Sephardic rabbi is actually of importance to these Kabbalists that are running things behind the scenes and setting up Nick Cannon's life for him. Again, he admitted that during the butt breaking he had to go through after having Professor Griff on his platform talking about who are the true Israelites, right? And of course, Nick Cannon, that entire thing happened on purpose because he was just playing the role for this message to put out there to remind people you can't speak about these crypto J's, fam. We want to promote division, so we want you to talk badly about white people all day. We want black people and white people to hate each other. We're trying to create a race war through the media, but don't talk about those crypto J's. Do not put those crypto J's in the same group as the white enemy that they're creating in the media. All right, because again, all of this is about Ordo Ab Chao. All right, order through chaos. They want us to be divided. They're trying to start this race war with all this garbage they have on TV all the time. It's fucking disgusting. But they wanted to remind people you can't talk about them, though. Okay? Now, Nick Cannon, again, he was just playing a role. He already knew what was going to happen, and he accepts that, and he didn't lose anything from it. He still has his show. He still has all of those battle rappers on his show, and he's still playing his role behind the scenes in battle rap and making sure that everything is kosher. All right, between battle rap, the Democratic Party, Hollyweird, and everything that he's playing the middleman to. Him and people like My Verse, all right, another person connected to battle rap. She's a battle rapper. She also works on Wild 'N Out. Just another middle person. Look at her having dinner with Al Gore, the former vice president to Bill Clinton, the Clinton crime family, the Epstein friends. All right, this is sickening, bro. Look at this. So Al Gore needs to speak to My Verse about what needs to be done for climate change. What the fuck can My Verse do? Oh, wait, she could work towards actually spreading more leftist propaganda regarding climate change through battle rap. Whatever, man. It is what it is. It is Adept HNIC battle rap and investing. I don't I don't know how to make it more clear, fam. Peace.
I was about to go too deep.
Go deep.
I did have a crazy Paris story.
You did?
Yeah.
With a fan?
No, Diane work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ninja.
You guys went out?
No, the nigga was sitting on my lap trying to make out with me.
What?
And it freaked me out. Yeah, it did.
Where were you?
In Paris.
But I mean, where in Paris?
In a nightclub. I played a show, and then my DJ had an after party that he played. Yeah, this nigga. And he tried to put it on you with Yolandi, like, you know what I'm saying? My bitch right here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was a single experimenting man at the time, but he was too aggressive. And I was a single experimenting man at the time, but he was too aggressive. The nigga, bro. So I was like, he sat on my lap and started like trying to kiss me and shit, and doing weird shit. I'm like, man, you tripping. And then everybody looking at me like, so I'm like, fuck. And then I just got stressed out and I got drunk as fuck. And then I tried to walk down these stairs at the club and I fell down them.
Oh no.
And then my clothes were all dirty. I was wearing all white. And then my clothes were all dirty. I was wearing all white.
This motherfucker right here?
Yeah. Ninja tried to fuck me. I'm sorry. I guess. And I was scared.
Damn.
In Paris. So I think maybe.
That's quite a look he has.
They've been getting canceled a lot lately.
Well, yeah, I see the allegations of a hate crime is one of
they've been doing a lot of weird shit, but he always throw Yolandi on you. I think that's how he been fucking niggas.
Yeah.
He be getting niggas throwing her on up. God damn it, why are we talking?
Illuminati people met us. And I saw that shit. You know what I mean? They met us and they offered us something, but I left. I didn't want no parts of it. Sirius Jones stayed. He stayed down there. There was 2 girls too that was offered to us too. He stayed down there. He had the 2 girls, so I figured he went and did what they told him to do.
Soon we get to the parties, niggas sit on my lap and start kissing on my neck and shit. I'm like that would have been a fight. It should have been a fight. But I'm in Paris.
Yeah.
So I'm
crazy.
I'm shell shocked. Like, this nigga's really, is he doing this? And then I'm looking at my DJ and the look on his face is like horrified. He's like. And then but it looked like I'm down with it. So he's like, nigga, but it looked like I'm down with it. So he's like, nigga, So it's like he's trying to like mind his own business. But I'm like, nigga, cause I didn't want to push the nigga to like throw the nigga up off me type shit. But I'm like, nigga, I ain't really like that. But like, man, we got, and guess what he said again? I was like, man, he's like, what hotel you staying at? Whatever the fuck. I'm like, man, I don't know. Don't worry, I'll find you. He said it again in my face. He said it in the DMs, and then he said it again in my face. That's what started making me pound drinks.
They don't like me in Hollywood.
Why do they not like you?
I don't wear dresses. I don't do that gay stuff on TV. They had to get some other black person to do that stuff. I'm talking, that's Gunna. But they all confess they love the Lord. But you cannot compromise yourself if you love the Lord. So I play tough guys, but young kids want to be soldiers. Young kids don't want to follow a guy to wear a dress.
I can learn from you. I can learn from that channel. I can learn from the mind of Adept HNIC.